So today we're going to explore two courses which are directly addressing the motivation behind the Global Connectivity Program, the Future Program. And one of those is a DGT 150. This is a 100 level, an introductory level course looking at critical issues in the digital age. And the second course, which is a higher level course, advanced 300 level course called Science and Art, Cultural History, Theory and Criticism. We're going to explore the reasons for designing these courses. So I think at the end of the discussion about these two courses, we'll have a better and shared common understanding about this connectivity concept, okay, and what it hopes to achieve. Why did you choose to take the critical issues in the digital age course, and what were your expectations for that course?
Well, I was interested in technology very much because I guess in the future we will like live with technologies very much, like recent as well. But and also that's why I really wanted to know how global issue or critical issues are shaping in the digital world, and also what kind of connections are in that area. So that's why I chose this course.
To be honest, I was not interested in the digital or technology stuff. But the title of this course is Critical Issues in Digital Age. So I was interested in more on the critical issues and the society, how it relates to the digital and technology.
Junsen, your turn.
Right.
Anything especially memorable?
I didn't expect it, of course, the analog day for me.
What was analog day?
Analog day is, my cell phone was deprived by Dominic Sensei, deprived.
He took it away.
So he forced me to spend my life without any digital devices like any smartphone or any computers. So I couldn't touch anything.
But you survived, right?
Yeah.
And how did it go?
It was very shocking, but I think it became a good opportunity for me. Like I could learn how much did I depend on the digital devices. So that's good.
So what is the biggest single thing that you've learned, do you think?
Through this course, I found that there are a lot of opinions towards the technology. I should not think in only one way. The program should be understood by the different perspective and different aspect.
I learned that there is some social issues that is created by digital or technology stuff. So first we have to understand technology, and then what is the real problem in society. This is a message, I think.
So we've just been hearing from the students about how analog day can create issues in communication. So in my understanding, art is often a way for people to communicate, the artist with society, and to explain their view or their criticism of certain aspects of our modern life, maybe. So I'd like to ask Abe-sensei you to give a brief overview of the Science and Art course, Science and Art, Cultural History, Theory and Criticism. Can you explain the rationale, the reason for designing this course and how it's offered in practice?
Today, the society is divided into two parts. That means arts and humanity parts, and so science and technology part. We tried to invent a new type of program, so merging, combining and also seeking a dialogue between two parts, two cultures. It's considered for guiding students inquiry first, dialogue and critical thinking through exploring interactions and connections of science and art. And this course is not for memorizing knowledge. I think this kind of interdisciplinary course or cross-disciplinary or transdisciplinary course is necessary for stimulating okay, stimulating our way of thinking. So you need also creativity. I think creativity is a key word for global connectivity anyway.
So I think now we understand the reason behind both of these courses, which are kind of model courses for the concept of global connectivity in that future program. So let me ask you, I think maybe all of you, what do you think about this concept of connectivity? I think it's a little bit difficult to grasp, but maybe you've grasped something. Anything common between these two courses should by definition be the connectivity itself. So what do you think?
So finding the connections between the 2 or 3 topics and then find the solutions for the problem is quite important for our future. So yeah, I prefer this major in these courses.
Maybe on the surface many problems appear to some people to be black and white, right? But if we have critical thinking and knowledge of many disciplines, then we can imagine that, well, we know that things are much more complicated. And so connectivity is directly, I think, addressing the connections between everything. Maka, how about you?
I feel science and art, I feel it's kind of opposite concept when we hear first time.
That's what society tells us, right?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and especially in Japan, science field now it's becoming popular and everyone think it's very practical and useful. But for arts and humanities, people might think that it's too academic for real society. Through this discussion, I feel that for science people, they need to understand how it's affected the society and how it's involved to social issues. And then art and humanity can help this kind of way of thinking. But also for people who are interested in art, if they know how art is related to science, they can make something more useful. They can also see how it can be related to the current society. So I think global connectivity is very important for the future society. Yes.
If this program, the Global Connectivity Program, was available when you came to AIU, do you think you would have taken this program?
I will definitely take it.
No hesitation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said before, I would take it.
Okay, and then
For me,
3 out of 3? Maybe we should stop.
no, now I feel that it's very interesting. But before I joined this discussion, actually I was not sure what the global connectivity is. So I'm not sure if I were a high school student. I do not have confidence that I can understand what I can learn. So,
Well, I think part of learning is learning what you don't know, right? And then relearning what you thought you knew, right? So there's a lot to happen when you come to AIU. Maybe I would like to ask Dominic to say, what do you see as the main focus, the main goals of the Global Connectivity Program?
So for me, the Global Connectivity Program is really an important one for the future of education. It is a program combining studies from many different fields, but trying to explicitly look at those connections and how hard science, technology is feeding humanity, feeding our culture, but also the opposite, as the origami example was showing. Technology is prevalent. Everybody has mobile phone, and that reshape the way we communicate, that reshape the way we think, that reshape the way we look at information, that reshape education. But in the same time, technology right now tends to take us away from who we are, our culture, our values. So I think this kind of program is really important to get back to a humane technology, to a humane society that is embracing technology. So the question is not to get rid of technology, but how do we embrace it to support our own values? So since we cannot really predict what will happen 10, 20, 30 years from now, as an educator, I believe it's really important to make students understand technology, but also make students aware and active and critically evaluate their own culture and their own communication skill, their own history, all of their humanity, in fact. So if you are quite aware of that, and if you are emotionally and psychologically and sociologically stable or sociologically aware of it, then you can adapt. You can adjust to new technologies. You can adjust to whatever changes that the society will bring. And more than that, you can be the agent of change, to be a society that you want to live in, to be global leaders on the more technological side of it. That's why I believe GC is important.
Thank you.